My name is Ryan Mack, president of the Optimum Institute of Economic Empowerment. We are on the Let's Talk More Action Empowerment Tour, and we're here today in the front of the Metro Youth Detention Center in Atlanta. We're partnered by today the Community Teen Coalition, and this is Dominique Stokes. He organized the day. He's been doing stuff down here in Atlanta, all throughout the streets, making sure that teens are truly empowered. Thank you, Stokes, for coming out.
Hey, man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
And I think with his partner Brandon, one of his teens that he works with, Brandon, we just finished having a great session with a group of juvenile youths in here. We talked about empowerment. Dominique led it off and talked about the importance of creating change, talked about how they're supposed to be able to find that change and create the change for themselves. And I cleaned up a little bit afterward and talked about the importance of economic empowerment. Now, Dominique, talk a little bit about the Community Teen Coalition. What is it all about, and what inspired you to create this organization?
Well, Community Teen Coalition is a youth enrichment entrepreneurship program. So our goal is really to empower the youth through education and through entrepreneurship. One of the things that really inspired me to start a program like this is working out in the community, seeing that one of the things that our youth lack is resources. And so Community Teen Coalition kind of fills that gap for these kids, provide them job readiness skills. It teaches them about entrepreneurship. It teaches them about business. It teaches them about the importance of education. So that's why one of my mentees right here, Brandon, he's actually been with me for the last 2 years. He's actually in the 10th grade. So we're teaching him the very basics. One day he wants to be an entrepreneur. He wants to start his own business. But what we're finding out, the kids don't understand the very basic steps that are needed to start their own business. So we give them the foundation for that.
Now, we're in front, again, we're at the Metro Youth Detention Center. Talk a little bit about today in terms of, because it seemed like the youth are very receptive. You here have been back and forth between this about over 7 times at this particular center, but you all go throughout all of Atlanta. Talk a little bit about the experience that you've actually had with working with gang members, and you even have a documentary coming out about If the Streets Could Talk, is
Yes,
it?
that's correct.
If the Streets Could Talk. Talk a little bit about that and your experience of working with youth in this place and other places around Atlanta.
Well, just here, like any other detention center, I mean, these kids have so much potential. But what we try to do is really try to maximize that potential. Many of these youth, if they're involved in gangs, involved in drugs, criminal activity, they're doing it for several reasons. So we try to get to the root of the problem, why they're doing what they're doing. And so that's where we come in. We started a documentary, and it come out probably in March. It's called IfStreetsCouldTalk.com. You can check out the trailer, where we're going into the mindset of why so many kids are joining gangs. What's the influence? And so when I go out to these communities throughout Georgia, I'm talking to the youth. And some of the reasons why, that sense of family, that sense of belonging. They're doing it for other reasons. They want to make money. Look what the gangs provide. They provide jobs. They provide that security. They give them reward and recognition. The same thing that the family should be giving is the same thing that the gangs are giving. And so we're trying to give them our alternative. So many of these kids that are out here on the streets, they're committing home invasions, they're doing robberies, they're in the juvenile detention center. They don't understand that there is an alternative to what they're doing. And I think that's why what you're doing, talking about financial empowerment, is so critical and so important, because it gives kids an outlet. They understand I can make money and do it legally instead of what I see, what's in my community.
And now, Brandon, talk a little bit about your experience with the Community Teen Coalition, because you've been a part of this, as you said, for about 2 years. Talk a little about the experience and what have you gotten from this organization?
What I gotten from this organization, as an adolescent, Community Teen Coalition taught me, an economical state of mind, a little financial stability, how to get on my own feet. I ain't gotta, be out there hustling like a lot of my friends. Pretty cool. It keep you busy.
There you go.
Keep you busy a lot. He always get on me about school or whatever. I might not listen all the time. It's good that somebody there doing that. It's good.
So there you go. So there you have, again, this is the Let's Talk More Action Tour. Again, the Let's Talk More Action Economic Empowerment Tour. It's not about what Ryan Mack is doing, but it's highlighting organizations like the Community Teen Coalition doing the work on the ground in the local cities. Again, so we're going to put the website on the bottom of this. We want you to urge you, please donate. These local organizations, these grassroots organizations, they're reducing crime, they're improving education, they're increasing financial literacy, and they're reducing incarceration rates all throughout the community and in your organization. So if you're Atlanta, there's no reason why you can't find and support the Community Teen Coalition. The website's on the bottom, as well as If Streets Could Talk is going to be on the bottom as well. So please support this organization, and we'll be back to you soon at the next stop at the Let's Talk More Action Economic Empowerment Tour. My name is Ryan Mack with the Optimum Institute of Economic Empowerment.
Things are gonna get easier. be proud.